Welcome back to week one of the Quake Pro League. CSX, it's time for the rematch of last year's finals. Now, we could sit here and discuss the probabilities of how we get the rematch of last year's finals and totally, but you know what? I'm just gonna be happy, not look a gift horse in the mouth. We get the rematch here between k1llsen and Raisy, two powerhouse players from last season. k1llsen bringing it back, went into the finals with the +1 map advantage. Raisy brought it back, but k1llsen, he sealed the deal. And here we are, and we get to see these two and find out what kind of form and shape they're in week one of season 4.
Yeah, I mean, probably the best matchup we could have had at this stage. So thank you, whoever planned this, but really excited to do this one. I feel that k1llsen in recent times has definitely had the upper hand in this particular matchup. Back in the day, he would have been Raisy, you would have expected to win this, but obviously k1llsen, the reigning champion, and even in league format, came out on top. He's been flying high for a good year now, so can he continue that momentum? Been seeing him streaming, looking really good himself. Is today's day to lay his mark in the sand and say, this is where we're at, boys?
Yeah, and I mean, with Raisy, he's going through the anime arc where he like powers up, and you think, okay, this is it. He's going Super Saiyan, and it's like, not quite yet. We want this series to run for quite a while. Yeah. So next season he's powered. It's not quite. Still can't beat the big boss, and then Thursday. And maybe season 4. Like maybe this is it. Raisy Super Saiyan mode coming out. I don't know, but I'm excited for this one. I really am.
I think Raisy needs this, if I'm honest. Like, if I think back, season 1 and season 2, Raisy had this scary X factor to him where if he just went into a series that is just Raisy 3-0, you would just instantly pick that. But last season, it seemed to taper off, but I think he was adjusting a lot of things in the way he approached the game, both mindset and setup and play style, and it just culminated in a season of mixed results where I think he ended up being 5th or 6th, which is not great for somebody who you'd expect to be top 2 consistently, whereas k1llsen just wiped the floor with the league, and you want to see Raisy at that same level. So that's why I really do think today is an important match for him. Yeah, mentally as much as anything. Yeah. I mean, this is one heck of a way to start the race. Let's say that. Let's take a look at the picks and bans, because that's going to be quite a tale to tell. We've got Ruins and Veil, ousted. Molten Falls and Awoken would be our map 1 and 2. And then I'm really down with this. Like, I like this map selection. Blood Covenant, Peace, get out of here. Corrupted Keep also not welcome here. Deep Embrace. I like this final map here for map 3 between these two. You want to take us through our picks? I mean, this is probably the best matchup of the day with the best set of maps and picks. So we got a Slash coming out of Molten Falls, which is incredible. Raisy's like, all right, I'm going to fight fire with fire. I'm going to take that to you with the Strog. So that's really exciting in itself. Then we move over to Awoken, which we've only seen once today, and it was hella fun, but which is a bit of a bloodbath in itself. Raisy, realizing the Nyx is still in the pool, just takes it for himself. Otherwise, k1llsen undoubtedly would have. Obviously, the Doom is still a good and stable pick, but as we've seen it in the past, the Nyx is like the Doom, but better when you play her well. Nevertheless, you can play the Doom on a really stable level on Awoken. We know how k1llsen likes to play, just camp the mid ground. And then we finally get a Deep Embrace. And there's not much left on the board because we got all of the bans out. So it's like, well, I just want to take what's left, which is the k1llsen against the BJ, which are both pretty good picks, but lack them ability to play that map to its maximum potential. So we've got burst damage against... I prefer the k1llsen there. I think it's just more effective with utility. But if you catch, obviously, your opponent in a one-on-one fight with a BJ, you're pretty much always going to win.
Yeah, I mean, the whole sort of final map and picks is both a travesty and I think a success, right? Because I'm sure Raisy is not happy to have to ban Ranger, right? k1llsen absolutely pick it. Yeah. Great champion for Deep Embrace. I tend to agree with you on the k1llsen part. I mean, it's really going to come down to individual player, but I do think that your turret kind of lets you zone a little bit better. It's not like oh my God, it's a massive advantage on that. But there's a lot about catching it out. k1llsen's got enough, experience versus BJ that he's gonna try to bait that out, dual wield out, and then attack when the time is right. So might be getting our heads of ourselves at thinking about map 3, but I think we both confidently, well, I mean, we're going to map 3 no matter what, but I mean, I'm really interested in every single one of these games as we get started. Watching every play and decision that they make. It's a crucial match for both of them.
Yeah, and it's also interesting to see just on the layout that, the meta seems to be anti-heavy recently. We've barely seen heavies today. There aren't no picto bans here. Normally you get to a deep embrace and there's not a lot of choice. You might have a Keel. I mean, Keel was first picked for a while on that map. And even a Sorlag was super useful on that map, even on Awoken. So definitely a distinct shift in strategy at the start of the season so far. We'll see how that plays out.
We will see indeed how it plays out as we are loading into our first map, which is going to be Molten Falls. And although it's been a closer for a lot of the matches here today, it is going to be the thing that kicks us off, allowing both these players to kind of flex. Are we going to see more aggression? Are we going to see, slower, more defensive play? Are there rails going to be on? How's control going to look? So interesting map as it is returning new this season for these two to sort of kick us off on. And then, of course, Awoken finally ending us up on Deep Embrace. Again, I'm excited. Still like a lot of the matches that happened last year on Deep Embrace.
Yeah, it's always a blood-filled. I mean, all of these matchups actually in this particular series are quite combat-heavy. Obviously, this can be played fairly slow, but when you have a slash, when you have a stroke, you have the ability to increase the tempo, be aggressive. That's what I expect us to see, as we do already having the engagements up front. k1llsen with that super shotgun though comes out on top there.
Yeah, just kind of some tickling happening early on. Literal feeling one another out, I guess. So we got the rails hit. Peeker is going to come, but what a rail from k1llsen to say, nope, not going to happen. And obviously already seeing mobility coming big here with k1llsen. Lands another rail. And we're definitely seeing some Quake chests already. 40 seconds in. I think we're going to be in for a great series.
Yeah, we are indeed, as these players know each other intimately. Quite a heated and tense matchup at the best of times. And even though this is week 1, not really culminative in anything, it is definitely means a lot to both these players. Wow, huge rocket from k1llsen. How does that hit full?
How was that 100 rocket, bro? I mean, it must have like 100'd his foot there, but up the jump pad. Oh my God. Raisy somehow gets that first frag, ringing out his opponent. k1llsen on the map. Unbelievable.
Oh, k1llsen. All right. That's
all
one
right.
For one.
The only way that you can score is ring outs on this. It's like win condition. Wow.
Nearly happened again, and k1llsen absolutely not afraid. I felt the jump into Mega was a bit reckless, but the world champion knows better than me, apparently.
Yep. True. k1llsen down to 15. There's the follow-up rail. Raisy didn't have a ton of options, and it is frag for frag here. Already 2 minutes in, 2-2 with some unorthodox deaths, I guess you could say, but I'm down. I'm down with what we're seeing already. k1llsen with a great rail on the jump over to above heavy. And both these guys have just been hitting some bonkers rails. Ooh.
Yeah, we saw a very passive Molten Falls last game, but these two are not about that. Full throttle aggression. First 2.5 minutes into Molten Falls right here. It might begin to steady down as they do now trade on the major items, although k1llsen is in a much better position to consolidate his control here. Not sure if Raisy is in a position to even contest. He's going to try and peek around or at least get some damage, but k1llsen doesn't know exactly when it is. He backs on up, but Raisy's already there. k1llsen picks it up and get an easy frag though.
Interesting. Nice drop on his opponent. Good job, Peeker. Gonna set it. Oh, what? The perfect drop right onto the rocket for another 100. k1llsen with a rail to answer it too. And like k1llsen's aim right now looks real nice. This looks like k1llsen aim, what you would expect. Still only a very close 1-point game. And there it is, another nice direct rocket for frag number 4.
Raisy might reconsider his aggression now as he's given up 3 frags for free. Virtually all of the frags actually k1llsen have got, bar the first, have been fairly simple cleanups as Raisy's over-aggression comes to the item. So, really shouldn't be defending this. k1llsen just rained on pain. As I say that, he just gets levitated across the jump pad. But even still, this is a defendable lead now, even though we're 4 minutes in.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Raisy's like changing things up a little bit. We saw him do attack from the middle above heavy. We saw him attack from kind of up above, but k1llsen stopped it all. Had a shotgun out there and missed that initial rail. Could have hit. That allowed Raisy to hit a rail. Can he capitalize on this? Great defensive rocket from k1llsen. And he just rotates back to the other side of the map. Completely fine in the position that he's in. And when you have that 3 frag lead, it's a good spot to be, right? You have way more options positionally of where you can be.
k1llsen's done a good job here to stabilize and slow the tempo down, using those audio cues to scare himself away. I think we all know k1llsen's probably the best player in the world at using audio cues, standing mid-map, reading his opponent. And there's a huge rocket just showing us exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's painted Raisy a few times with those rockets, just like perfect spots. I would have loved to see that other rocket from Raisy's perspective. I was looking through k1llsen. Misses that rail, immediately trails, trying to drop down in a good spot for another rail. Misses the first one, lands the second, and still not really in a position of danger at all. In fact, great position for him. His opponent drops down, lands another rail. LG is out. I mean, k1llsen's playing in championship form for sure.
Yeah. And this is when it becomes incredibly frustrating to play against. You can see how desperate Raisy is to forge it in, but k1llsen gives you nothing. And in fact, he just takes it all away from you, and you rightly put it, it's clinical so far.
Very clinical. I mean, those types of reactions. Rocket, rail, even picks up some splash on the second one. And he could chase, he could get the other frag, but more or less, I think he just wants those positions. 1, 2, 3 more rockets into the LG, and now suddenly 7-2. And what was a close game where we saw these two teasing one another's aggression was kind of taken full advantage of by k1llsen. And I really do think it started with that attack above heavy, where that direct rocket hit. You know, forget about the initial ring outs, right? Where the other action has happened. It's been k1llsen mostly catching his opponent off guard.
And the crazy thing is just the damage differential. 2.7k versus 1.6k from Raisy. Just the efficiency from k1llsen and the positioning he's taking. Raisy's not been able to lay a glove on his opponent.
8-2 now. 3 minutes left on this clock. Peeker's having a bad day as well.
Desperation, yeah.
Yeah.
The Peeker's been useless this
Useless.
matchup.
Yeah, 1000%. And there's not much that Raisy can do otherwise. It's not like I don't think he's been using Peeker raw. It's just that k1llsen is ready, prepared. Now, that is about the 3rd frag with LG from k1llsen on Raisy. So definitely risky coming up some of the jump pads, some of the areas where that can really hit you. And k1llsen's, I'm not going to say he's playing a perfect game, but he's definitely looking great. Like, I would say, yeah, I understand why k1llsen was champion last season. So
Yeah, just playing pretty much perfect at this point in time, goading Raisy into these fights. And there was definitely a few mistakes early on from Raisy where he overcommitted or tried to contest when he wasn't in his right to, but nevertheless, ever since then, it's been basically k1llsen playing in a fashion where he forces Raisy to take risks, and he punishes him for it.
Less than 2 minutes now. Scoreline 9-3. Kind of looking through the eyes of Raisy and watch him a little bit, see how he's kind of approaching this one. And, you know, you mentioned the damage early on, and it's still, the discrepancy between the two has still stayed pretty high in k1llsen's favor. Then you look at things like rail accuracy, you know, 36 versus 41. Not a huge difference between the two, but I think those shots that count, right, whether it's the rocket bounces or even for the frag,
wow.
it's k1llsen with another one. That's all he needs to do, is hit the ones that are finishing it up. So
just the amount of clean frags he gets is crazy, and the main thing's been the difference in terms of the rockets. Obviously the rail's been better from k1llsen, but the amount of times Raisy's just been running into k1llsen's rockets is absurd. All right?
Yeah. It is absurd. It is absurd. It's they're not meant to be homing rockets, but in this match they kind of have been. So Raisy grabs that heavy. You know, might he get one frag? Maybe one, but this victory is absolutely going to k1llsen. He gets kind of the leg up on Raisy as we continue on into the series. Our next map going to be Awoken. And look, Raisy is a seasoned player. I think he's going to be able to just reset going to map 1. I don't know, like, prior to this, even though we didn't really have Molten, like, who do you think has traditionally been better at this map?
On Molten?
Yeah. Between these two.
I think in the history, k1llsen's generally got a 65-70% win rate against Raisy across the board. I think in the early days, Raisy definitely had the upper hand, I think in 2019 times, but as the seasons have unfolded, k1llsen's already just begun to get the upper hand. Generally, it's kind of been closer sets, but still, k1llsen's coming out on top, and you can see why, just the playstyle he's employing, goading Raisy into it. It worked like a charm, that map.
It worked like a charm. As we're going to see some of the highlights here from this matchup. 2 ring outs to kick us off. And almost a third over here happened as well. And then off of that tie, I think it was that frag, and then there was the one up above. I don't think actually that shot resulted in a frag, but you know, around that 3-minute mark, that's where k1llsen started to run away with it.
You can see virtually all these frags in the early mid-game was just Raisy trying to force the issue, trying to get an item that k1llsen's set up, whether it's taking the item or in the defense of the item, to absolutely cripple his opponent. And so Raisy almost felt kind of helpless, I feel, in that matchup. So has to reflect on that. Definitely a completely different set of circumstances going into map 2, because he is playing on the Nick, so he cannot afford to take such risks, but he should be the one now on the defense that is pulling his opponent into these fights, into these choke points.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, the intended strategy here. Also just doesn't want to give k1llsen that 2-0 victory in the series.
Yeah.
We're going to play 3 no matter what. But, when you're thinking about you're playing against, right, last season's champion, obviously, you're Raisy walking away with a victory there. Sets you up really nicely as you're thinking about what your rankings are going to be in week 18. And I know people are like, why are you talking about rankings? It's literally week 1. You know why? It's because when you're in week 14, you do not want to be regretting what happened in week 1, right? And so in this particular case, even when you're going up against one of the strongest in the league, a victory here could set you up real nicely at the end, while other big monsters within the QPL are battling out between each other. So really important map up here, I think, for both. Obviously, k1llsen with a huge amount of momentum already, a tidal wave coming in. Raisy's got to stop that. He's got to be a surfer. He's got to ride the wave, ZSX. Got to bring it in, take it to 3, and let it decide on Deep Embrace.
I love the analogy, Louis. But yeah, no, I agree. And I think it was last season where k1llsen got top and didn't look back. Don't even think he lost a set the whole way through. Barely lost a map all the way through. He was flawless, and even all the way through the finals. So he's continuing that momentum now, and just seems to have found the recipe for how to win. It's impressive.
Yep, I agree. And we are going live here. Map number 2. Awoken, k1llsen on the Doom, Raisy on the Nyx. We're watching k1llsen. He's going to get that rail mega spawn, and I'm sure he's going to be real happy with that, as the first shot of the match is a rail that makes a connection and allows him to get the heavy, and he shoots and hits a rail through the murder hole. Get a rocket jump up, knows that he's got his opponent cornered already. This first frag would be huge. Ghostwalk comes out with the LG damage being done. Raisy, though, low, can't really commit on this one, and no initial frag, but he's still going to go for it. Oh, he's caught. He's playing a deadly game of hide and seek, Dan.
Is indeed. Now he's spawned away from the heavy, or sorry, at the heavy, but has to get away from the heavy. Won't pick up that item either. Doesn't have a rail either. So k1llsen now can just play around that space and protect it. He knows how crucial it is for Raisy to get back into this game.
Yeah.
Raisy looking across that.
The rockets, too, of k1llsen have been pretty damn on point. I know we've mentioned the rail quite a bit, but in both this game and the last, already seen some really impressive rockets. So I love it. Coming out of the side, forcing out that ghost walk. He does look and peek over, sees that the heavy's there, but what a trick here by Raisy. He is very, very low, though. He is going to try to get back up. That was a nice equalizer there.
I was just about to comment how well k1llsen played that, but I mean, what does it matter when your opponent hits 3 straight rockets against you, blowing you up? So unfortunately, it was actually the right maneuver from k1llsen, just Raisy impeccable in the defense.
Yeah, it's a bit of a guessing game there with Ghostwalk was hit, but I thought that was well executed by Raisy. k1llsen looked where he thought his opponent would go, where he might go, and Raisy said, no, tricks, come over here. Raisy finally hitting a nice rail. Gonna ghost walk. Sits behind his opponent. Gets hit with a rocket. Second rocket. LG is beaten on. Another rocket comes out. Mega is up, and he'll be grabbed by that. But Raisy with an opportunity here. It's gonna pop up with the rocket. LG does manage to get up. For the first time, we see Raisy with the lead here, 1-2. Not sure he's gonna be able to convert, but it'll give an opportunity to. A couple of those rockets come out, and k1llsen, he's like, I'm going to try to match some aggression here, but it worked in Raisy's favor.
Yeah, exactly. He thought he could punish him down below, but Raisy too stacked, too clinical there. Did hit a nice rail off the spawn as well, but k1llsen will be able to steal this away. Didn't have any weaponry though, literally just the machine gun, the starting machine gun at that, so not able to do any significant damage to his opponent, and probably can't really pressure this heavy. Gonna try and do some exit damage, but just also is conscious of not receiving any damage himself.
Yeah, Raisy now, knowing he's got a window of opportunity here, really prioritize. Here we got another aggressive ghost walk coming out. He's gonna get on top of that mega. They're a little bit early, but he has an idea. k1llsen probably trying to sneak in here, grab a rail. He was nice denial with the rail himself. Sees his opponent go up that jump pad. Once again, k1llsen kind of in a rough spot here. And there's going to be a chase. Nice attempt, but it doesn't quite connect. Raisy's still going to keep going.
Love the way in which every entryway Raisy's approaching, he always does a double jump through it, so he minimizes any splash damage. Really small details, but it's making such a huge difference to his aggression right now.
Mega's up. Yep, k1llsen knows he can't go for it. Hurt his opponent. But k1llsen, you know, obviously not feeling super comfortable without that rail. LG go head-to-head there, and both players taking big chunks out of one another, and Raisy is going to go down. I guess, you know, Ghostwalk was down, so k1llsen, though, in the danger zone again.
Huge defensive rocket, yeah. Nullified that whole pickup. Raisy's still fairly healthy, happy enough to compete here, especially after that missed rail from k1llsen. And yeah, rail's definitely not been hitting as much from k1llsen this set. Barely actually had a lot of utility out of it just yet. Raisy needs to be careful though, because k1llsen is building his way into this on the defense.
Yeah, Raisy might slow down here just a little bit. Like 2 frags and 1 frag difference can definitely change the way that you're going to be approaching approaching this game here a little bit. And I do think we've seen that already. LG's out, Rockets down. Great rail coming out from k1llsen. Oh, I'm not sure if that one hit direct, but it kind of looked like it did. Both players very, very low, walking away from that one. k1llsen knows exactly where his opponent is. And if he was hitting those rails like he was in game one, Dan, I think we have a tie game right here. There we go. Nails that one. Is he going to go for it? Does, but he doesn't press his luck.
See, he's struggling a little bit to control the map, and the pace that Raisy's playing at was unsettling him, but this is where k1llsen now finds his strength. Got that stack, got the weaponry, can just pick up the items and get back up to that mid ground, and that's when he becomes so scary.
Yep, we're halfway through this game now. k1llsen setting up above that mega, knows it's coming up next. Raisy chilling over in the side. Oh, and as he comes out, grabs that mega. Does get a lot of damage, but so does k1llsen. Raisy finds him with the shotgun, though, and that's going to give him his 2 frag lead back. Raisy, if he would have hit that rail, that could have been pretty monumental, but
so
I think more importantly, he got his lead back. Solid.
So patient, so sneaky. Knew exactly what k1llsen was doing. Just waited in a crevice, if anything. Guess what comes up. He knows where k1llsen is. Caught him behind. k1llsen has no idea, but he falls on the mega. Connects with the rail as well. Lovely trap by Raisy, but wasn't to be.
Oh man. Honestly, you know that shot there, he might go down. No, Raisy still managed to stay alive. That was like when XCOM tells you that you have a 99% chance to hit and you're right next to the monster, and then it just, you miss, and you're just like, no. That's what it felt like. But he brought it back, so we'll just pretend like it didn't happen. 2-5.
Yeah, that's when you quit and restart from save.
Yeah. I mean, getting that other frag as low as he was too, that was pretty big. It hurts a little bit mentally, like k1llsen knows he's not going to probably be able to chase that one down. But the heavy's up, he goes up the side. Great rail from k1llsen. 2.5 minutes left, Dan, and k1llsen's down by 2.
This is a game. It's a game. Feels like Raisy's setting up these amazing traps, but k1llsen just manages to turn it on his head. Oh, he knows. He knows. He knows. That's a scary X-ray. That's a scary X-ray.
Oh, the clench.
Oh, man. Even I'm tense. They know.
The clench, yep. I mean, we get into that position, though, where, probably not going to be seeing any sort of aggressive ghost walks at this point. You've got to be pocketing that for some sort of defensive, like the oh no button. Yeah. A frag from k1llsen against Raisy at this point in time, that is definitely where this could start slipping away. So I'm not surprised. There we got the LG coming out. Rockets in the chase. He jumps over it like a madman and goes for it. There's the ghost walk. He tries to take a second shot. He puts himself in danger a second time there. Ooh.
Gonna have to just
k1llsen heard it. Unbelievable.
Oh my god. He knows. Oh.
Wow, dude. And now he's just like letting seconds tick away.
Just stand there, my friend. Just stand there. Make him come. Oh, my god. k1llsen's got the ammo. How is he going to get away with this?
No way. Why didn't k1llsen just... Ghostwalk was down. The bubble was gone. I felt like he could have probably been aggro there. Wow.
Jesus.
And there it is, Ghostwalk again. That's like huge. And I look, you talk about Nyx, and we got to see what can make Nyx really phenomenal. All right, hold on, shut up,
chill.
30 seconds.
He knows exactly what's up. k1llsen anticipates. He's got absolutely nothing to work with on Raisy's side. Not even a light. There's the X-ray again.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh,
it's happening. Wait, it's happening. He knows where he spawns. It's gonna be there, and he hits the rail.
Oh my gosh. It ain't over till it's over, folks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was going to say, I appreciated both the aggressive and defensive way in which Ghostwalk was used, but now we're in a sudden death situation. k1llsen clearly has the stack advantage. He has the momentum. He knows where his opponent's at. He's got timings down. This is not great for Raisy, so he needs to pull something incredible out of his hat here. Maybe it is an aggressive Ghostwalk. I don't know, but we're going to need to see some pretty impressive. Oh my God!
The Mega's up, though, and k1llsen knows exactly what's up. There's the rail. There's nothing for Raisy to work with. He just can bide his time. He knows there's no Ghostwalk for a good 30 seconds. He's going to rocket jump up, steal away the light as well. And he knows the only element of the map left is this room.
Yep. Yep. All right. Rotating around. Okay. A little bit of damage, unanswered. Raisy hit that rail. Would have been a little different, but he is going to lose that Mega. Way, way too early to do anything here in heavy, but that's not why he's there. Rotating around.
He had it.
Yeah, for sure. Knows exactly where he's at. Is going to come for him. Oof. He missed that jump last time, so that made me a little nervous.
Oh, of course, of course. Once again, he's going to steal away, cut off the angles. He knows Raisy has to pop the Ghostwalk to get out of here. There it is. The Ghostwalk comes out. There's a big rail from Raisy to that. Nullifies a lot of the aggression because one more and k1llsen's low. But there's a Mega. He's just going to settle down now. He knows that Raisy's slowly built himself a stack. And Raisy's going to have to bide his time for this Ghostwalk. It's just playing around the Ghostwalk.
Yeah, I mean, splits between the items, too, are really playing into k1llsen's favor right now. And it's not a situation where you get the frag and suddenly it's now in my favor, right? He's got to win a fight, which is probably going to end the game, too. So it's an uphill climb right here.
No! Oh, Ghostwalk's back up in time. k1llsen doesn't hit any damage to him. He's waiting around. Gonna have to pop it again. Exactly the same situation as 1 minute ago.
Oh, that was such a great setup. I liked it, you know, was able to safely get in that position.
GG.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, the 100 defensive rocket.
No way.
Oh,
There's
but
no
right
way.
here, right
There's
here.
just no way.
Up the jump pad to the rail in the back. Nope. He's still alive. Oh, my God, dude. Run.
Oh, my God.
It's like a horror film I'm watching right now.
Oh, jeez. It really is.
Who's going to win, the monster or...
This is it. Let's just jab.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow.
Are
Wow.
you kidding me? What? What a conclusion.
GG. Wow.
Wait, so... Did he get hit as Ghostwalk?
He got hit. He Ghostwalk double jumped up the ramp and just flew.
And then the ramp is what gave him the... so it's like, hey, great job, evasive award. Wow.
What an ending, dude.
What I mean, but that was an incredibly close game. I mean, 6-5 to end it up. It puts k1llsen. It gives him the series win. It's not over. There's his third game, but that was really close. All right, so admittedly, I think that that Raisy popped that Ghostwalk at around 9 minutes and 16 seconds, right? And I thought, like, okay, that's probably it. He's gonna have one more, right? But k1llsen, he's not a player. It's like 45 seconds to him is like a week, right? Like, I can make something work here. He did make it work. What I was gonna say in that exact moment was like Raisy was really. Like his initial lead was built because of those aggressive Ghostwalks. That was awesome. The moment that k1llsen got him on his back, you know, his sort of back toes, and he was having to use the Ghostwalk defensively, it really started falling apart a little bit.
Yeah. It really did, and that's what happens. Is Nick's a momentum-based champion, and once he got on the back foot, you could see he wasn't able to do anything against the Doom because every time he built any semblance of the stack, he was just nailed, forced to Ghostwalk or run away, and just couldn't get on the map, couldn't pressure the items, and it was really tough. I mean, even for me, one of the small details is when Raisy got a little bit greedy and double jumped over the doorway twice, by
Yes.
the light green armor and got killed for it. That shifted momentum hugely because he could have got away safely. But then after that, it was almost no looking back for k1llsen. He got control. He had that huge split you mentioned on the major items. And another factor there, Raisy's 29% rail. Just wasn't able to hit with the only weapon he could use on the defense. So that momentum killed him. And k1llsen just strangled him to death, really.
We also saw k1llsen kind of not have the greatest rail game at the start, but was making up for it with his rockets. I mean, Raisy threw out a few good defensive rockets too, but k1llsen was doing a lot of damage. And then, of course, there was the unfortunate frag where Raisy was ready to tap him on the shoulder, and k1llsen got a reaction, got a pretty good rocket bounce, and was able to win that battle.
There were definitely a few situations like that where Raisy got a little bit unlucky. There were some really good traps for the first 6-7 minutes that just didn't go his way.
Yeah.
But it was just a shift in momentum. Raisy couldn't break it.
Yep. Well, we're going on to map 3, Deep Embrace. k1llsen is going to take the series, but every map does count towards your final standing. It earns you a little bit of money here in the QPL, so still pretty important. But of course, k1llsen would love a repeat from last season, going through with very, very minimal losses, whether it's series or map. No series losses, very few map losses, if even any. I don't. But here we are, Deep Embrace. It's going to be Raisy on BJ and k1llsen for k1llsen. Oh, all right. All right. Good start.
Action-packed start. Clearly not affected by the repercussions of the previous game. k1llsen's just going up. Absolutely no respect for Raisy's positioning.
Wow,
Even gets away.
None.
How's he got away? Okay, he has it.
Gosh, dude. That was balls of steel right there for sure.
Oh, man.
Raisy's now in it. 3-0.
Yeah, that was brutal.
It's Deep Embrace, though, right? This is what happens on Deep Embrace. Can't happen. Keeping this type of momentum for another 9 minutes can be tough, but maybe that was just worth that risk right there. Nice. Raisy is mad?
A little bit.
Raisy, mad. And how quickly it can change.
That's just Deep Embrace.
That's Deep Embrace, yeah.
4 frags is sniffing the wind.
k1llsen with the shotgun kill.
Whoa! All right. It's a bit sloppy from k1llsen. He's just been a little bit careless, charging the items. He might settle it down now, but clearly not. He's quite happy to engage Raisy. It's been a chaotic start, so he's waiting for somebody to take full control.
Yeah, and so far, turret hasn't been something that I don't even think k1llsen is necessarily using it as a, like, I need to find a way to gain an advantage. It's more of the nuisance, right, for Raisy, but gosh.
I don't really know what's happening right there.
I mean, I don't know. It's like k1llsen's just like, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna try some new stuff.
Got my 2-0. That's what I came for.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's been a hot minute since we've seen some Deep Embrace, I guess, last season, but I don't know. Some interesting choices here so far from k1llsen. Maybe we'll get a chance to ask him about it.
He's playing kind of like old school Quake 3 style, which is I'm going to throw my body at the wall until I get control.
Yep. Be like, Cess is a thing. I'll just like shoot you with my machine gun, man. A little bit better in TDM, but it worked in one-on-one too. So 5 frag lead here for Raisy. Still early on in the matchup, but k1llsen definitely being aggro. I mean, there you go. I guess that's why, because he's like, well, I mean.
It's been a contradiction in styles. k1llsen's throwing his body at Raisy. Raisy's just standing on items, being like, you're going to come at me anyway, so you might as well fight me where I want to fight you.
Original Cat is probably right in chat. As he just wants to do the embrace, and I guess it is the Deep Embrace map. So that's the most logical answer I've seen in chat so far. Congratulations, Original Cat. 4 frags though, still, as we said, that could change in a heartbeat, right? I'm definitely kind of more interested to try to understand, right, what k1llsen's going for here, because what he's doing is kind of working, even though he's down. But there he's climbing it back one frag at a time.
Well, it works when you have the control, which is what he wanted. So I was kind of semi-joking saying that's what he's trying to aim at, but he just wants that control, and then he can bully his opponent. So now he has it, he's quite happy to do so. Oof.
I mean,
Nice.
is this... I would imagine this is a frustrating k1llsen to play against, right? Especially when you knock out a 4 frag lead at the beginning. And then you're like, what is he doing? Like literally trying to hug me with his rocket launcher up here on heavy. And now it's a 1 frag game.
But it's settled down, it really has. k1llsen's in a bit of trouble up here though, 30 health to his name. Whereas he's just trying to find the way to get across. Both these champions are pretty awkward in terms of maneuverability to play that area.
Yep.
So you can see them struggling to get up and across.
Nice, nice rocket. Nice. All right. That was pretty nice. Dual wheel didn't do much there, but Raisy still with the 2 frag lead, although that was at one point a 4 frag lead. We're halfway through this game, and it could end 14-10. It could also end 20-14. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. It shows no sign of slowing down. Raisy knows he's got k1llsen on the ropes here, so going to press on here, but k1llsen this time not pressing his aggression. Just got his rail, got up top. Lovely double rail though. That's what he wants.
Oh yeah, that one hurt. Big scream. But still manages to squeak out with that heavy. And another one. LG duo still out there just for
Nice.
a quick second. Great follow-up frag. All right, Raisy's kind of slowed it down. It's like this, your shenanigans aren't really going to work. Back up to 4 frags, but still 4 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and obviously the big difference is Raisy's control has been huge. k1llsen doing the damage, actually doing almost on par with damage, but Raisy's control has been better when it mattered.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes left now. I'm kind of thinking here and trying to wonder what does k1llsen do to make a... All right, well, you wait for your opponent to pop their ability, and then you just, again, try to hug him with rockets, and that has worked out more times than you would expect it.
Sometimes it's the simple things that work.
I mean, right? It is.
Yeah, the rail's been a little bit off, and you mentioned it last set. Not the best. Obviously, map 1 was great, but map 2, this map, not ideal. Been much more trying to press his advantage by closing the gap against Raisy. He has given one a fair few frags, so we just need a bit of time of clean control to try and build his way back into this map. Raisy playing keep away, trying to play the angles, but
Wow.
caught out.
Pretty nice rail there. The dual wheel comes out. You know he wanted it from up above, but k1llsen denied him that one. And back up to 3 frags needed for k1llsen to tie this back up now.
Oh, what a
Timmy
shot.
keeping Raisy occupied there for a moment as k1llsen throws out some damage. And we're about to hit the 2-minute warning. k1llsen needs to step it up. Turn it up a notch.
Timmy scouting out for k1llsen. Raisy trying to get through the teleporter, but failing.
This seems dangerous, even with 2 minutes to go a bit more defensive. Although k1llsen with the chase,
what?
huge LG damage. Almost 216 right there. Grabs that light. That was probably a pretty good defense to try to help him claim victory here on that one.
It's been a bit awkward, really. It's just unusual the way in which they're both playing. It feels kind of sloppy compared to map 1 and 2, which was almost pristine.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to ask k1llsen about this. Like, what?
Still in it, though. We saw come back last map. Just one more frag on.
You're not wrong.
Oh, that's lovely, though. Double back from Raisy. Huge damage coming out. Really nullifies the advantage of k1llsen. He needs this last Mega and then go pretty much as aggressive as he wants for the final 45 seconds.
Yeah, he did give up that Mega. And here it is, the last 40. Another good little set of LG. Now maybe he can be a little bit more defensive, but still tough. k1llsen on the run, or on the chase with that LG. Another double back from Raisy. And Raisy's positioning. Ooh.
No.
All right.
Okay. Game on.
Wow, he pounds right in.
Turret tells him where to go. 10 seconds to find him. Doesn't hit the first. Raisy's going to be hiding in the murder hole. He should know that. No, and that's GG now.
That is GG. That was a close one. Yeah, I mean, Raisy solid play. I mean, I can't say k1llsen didn't have solid play. I think it was just wildly different than what we saw in Game 1 and Game 2. But Raisy takes it. k1llsen will not have an undefeated map season.
I would be unbelievably surprised if anyone does that. But yeah, it was unusual game. I just think it felt a little bit sloppy to start with compared to what we were seeing in map 1 and 2 from both of these players. And overall, it was entertaining. Just a little bit sloppy overall.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to ask him. I mean, I'd love to just like, what was your thought?
Yeah.
What was your comfort level with k1llsen versus the BJ on Deep Embrace? We'll get that opportunity. But that's going to be it. k1llsen taking that one 2-1. And I would say that definitely was worthy of a featured match. That second game in particular I thought was really fantastic. I really liked that one. I might even say that was one of my favorite of the day. What do you think?
That was by far my favorite of the day. I think map 1 and 2 were fantastic. Map 2 in particular was game of the day. Could be one of the games of the season, how back and forth and clinical they both were in terms of execution. So many tense moments within that series, and for k1llsen to hold his nerve and bring that to overtime. Once again, just showing himself as a champion.
Yep, belt and all.
Yeah.
Belt and all. He's not cosplaying over there. That's the real deal.
Got the setup in the room as well.
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of mentioned it as we go into map 3, or maybe it was going into map 2, but either way, right? There's 18 grueling weeks of matchups, and this is probably k1llsen's probably feeling really good about getting the Raisy matchup. Maybe not, right? Maybe he's like, I would have loved to play this in week 8, where I'm feeling more confident. He walks away with the victory on this one. For Raisy, it's not like, here we are, week 1, and I'm done. No, it just, it means that there is a lot of thought that you've got to put into, right? The matches you're going to play, what you might end up with. We've still got a long ways before we're even thinking about standings for anything of the final, whatever. But I remember us talking last season about how, it's week 4, it won't matter. And then at the end, it was like the mad dash to try to, fight for those spots. So maybe getting some of those tougher games out of the way right away is better. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to try to get k1llsen on and ask him some questions like what's going on in map 3. So CSX, how's it feel to have QPL back?
Oh man, it's been a good day. It's been a busy day. Peace for the brothers we lost along the way, but otherwise it's been it's been good, man.
I'm pouring 40. I'm pouring this one out for you. Like there you go, 40.
Yeah, salute, my friend. But
our interview is ready. You want to hear from last season's champ with a great performance, 2-1 victory over Raisy. Tough opponent. Let's bring him on right now. k1llsen, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yo, hey. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Awesome. Congratulations, week 1. It's in the books. Big matchup for you right out of the gates in week 1. Give us your report card, k1llsen. What do how are you feeling? Maybe not only about your own performance, but also, right, how do you think Raisy was in that performance?
First 2 maps, he really struggled a bit to find into his match. Like you could clearly tell, he went a little blind into some of these situations. But he's been thinking a little more on the last map, especially. But I also struggled a little more on the last map. So yeah, I'm not like fully satisfied. Of course, a win against Raisy is like huge. I mean, I was kind of scared, like first play week, Raisy rematch grand final. Like, oh,
Yep.
Come on, guys, what you doing? Let's have this like last week or something, like a good preparation. But having this early on, I mean, man, I'm quite sure Raisy also didn't like it at all. But we had to do the best out of that situation, right? So I'm just happy that I came out on top against my worst opponent, and now it's 3 in a row actually. So yeah, feeling more and more comfortable against him.
Got it.
yeah, I was going to say you've been building that scorecard against Raisy. That was obviously a messy map 3. So is it emotionally a good thing to get that out of the way? Now you said you're feeling scared, which is a bit unusual, but is there anyone else you're kind of looking at in the QPL now? You've taken Raisy out, where you're like, they're looking good in practice, or they're going to make us charge this season. How are you feeling about your chances, kind of taking it to Return of the King, really?
It's gonna be a real difficult season for us players for sure. Like the player base of the QPL has been mixed up a little bit. There are a few. Yeah, if you underestimate like Sirius or Tox, they can take their advantage like anytime. They know how things go. So that's actually kind of scary. But I mean, I got my plan. I got my strats up. So. And I just took out my worst enemy. So whatever comes, I really don't mind. I take it, to be fair, at this point already. And it's kind of weird to say this after first play week, but I'm just really happy with this win against Raisy. Like it's always been my scariest opponent to play in any season, and I mean, I can from this point on. I mean, I won the championship. I won against Raisy now again in the first play week, and that's actually quite a confidence boost. Right off the beginning, Like I mean, of course, other opponents are also very strong, but Raisy always has this little edge, making it so far in every single tournament. So he surely knows what's up, and that just right off the beginning with the pro league starting again and having this in my pocket is like a big relief.
Great. Real quickly talking, you even said yourself felt struggling a little bit on Deep Embrace for map 3. What was the struggle for you, right? Like, was it, I mean, we were definitely commenting like, this is some interesting play from k1llsen, right? Give it to us through your eyes. What were you struggling with?
I think there was a slightly too much emotion right off the beginning, which kind of carried me a bit, making bad decisions. I mean, sometimes,
Fair.
there are things happening within a match. It's difficult to deal with as a player, and sometimes you can shake it off, and sometimes it's a little more difficult to shake it off. So just need to try to fix that. I mean, we just started, and slowly building up that momentum, that kind of top shape you want to have.
Right. I mean, 18 weeks is a long time, long ways to go. You got to pace yourself a little bit. k1llsen, congratulations with your first week victory versus definitely a difficult, tough opponent. Any final thoughts?
I mean, great showing today overall. Like seeing some some quite interesting results. Didn't expect to Zanaku to take it this clean against Avex, so he's someone to look out for. Like Marco said already, like Wenger earlier in the interview. And I mean, also like Wenger, he's been delivering, and it was actually he just played to my expectations. Like I saw him playing over this week, and he looked, quite shaped up overall already. And I was a little surprised, even like how good. And he's gonna like these two. Careful.
Watch out for him.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to the long season in front of us. Again, congratulations, and we'll see you potentially next week.
Hopefully.
All right.
Good
Take care,
k1llsen.
k1llsen.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. All righty. Well, that is it for the day. If 40 was here, we'd actually probably do 5 more matches, but since he did decide that he needed to go eat cheesecake, and we're not going to do that today, Dan.
He knows where his priorities lie, and so I guess we have to accept that. So we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah. There are your final results for the day. By the way, I wasn't expecting k1llsen to basically give full week's commentary when I was like, any final thoughts? I was like, yeah, let me break down all the matches as I saw them here for no, but I just love you, k1llsen. Great stuff coming out. I'm looking forward now that QPL's out, we're shaking off our rust a little bit. Getting back into having some fun. Thanks everyone who showed up today. And now mark it down on your calendars. When the QPL is week to week. We better here. We'll do what we can to see like what's up with predictions. Like I like them too. I think it's a talking point here. So we'll go. We got you guys' back. We got you back. Any final thoughts here before we wrap up?
No, man, it's just been good to be back. And, we've seen some great plays today, some rusty plays today, but it's only going to get better. This is week 1, and we have a long road ahead of us to those QuakeCon finals. And we know how good that was last time, so can't wait.
Yep, can't wait either. Thanks for joining us this Saturday. We'll see you next week for week. We're out of here. Peace.